Okay, part two. Now, as I was saying, the second take came out. He came out 3 days before Labor Day. I think that Labor Day, Memorial Day, whatever the last holiday was. He came out and he did the same thing the first day did. He looked at the box. He ran his little thing on his machine. He said, "Oh, everything's working fine." He said, "I'm gonna report that I looked at her and everything's working fine." I said, "How you gonna do that? How are you going to say everything's working fine when my TV and my services are still not working?" I said, "Even if they start working while you're here, I'm continually having a problem. For you just to look at the box and just say everything's working fine, you're going to say you're going to put that in your notes that everything's working fine?" He said, "Well, there's nothing I can do." He said, "In fact, tell them if they want to send you out another tech, don't send you out a tech because we can't do anything." So I said, "Well, let me call them since you're leaving here and saying it's working fine. And I'm going to call them right now and let them know I'm taking a picture of my TV and show that it's not working and let them know that you left here and the service is not working." So I call them and then they tell me that he made a note and said that there were issues in the back in the wiring outside and they need to send somebody there. So they're immediate. Let me tell you how slick they think they are. They already knew who I was when I called. They already knew my information. Now, that's supposed to be impossible. Unless I give you account numbers, unless I give you such and such, you ain't supposed to know who I am. And that happens on a lot of telephone conversations that I have, even with Boost and AT&T. They put their foot in their mouth by letting me know already they know who I am. So, I called, and he said, "Well, we'll have somebody out Labor Day, and your problems will be solved." The tech that just left already made the note. Now, you know they can't afford to get me off of the surveillance because I do too many things and collect too much evidence. And they have to, with the torture that they do, that's one reason. But the main issue why they keep me on surveillance because they have to know where I'm at so they can try to take my life. And they have to know where I'm at and what I'm doing to see who I'm talking to and what moves I'm making and what evidence I'm still collecting. They can't afford to take me off. So, as I said yesterday, they sent me another tech. This tech, young guy too, Mickey Mouse ID. Walk in my house. I'm outside in the backyard. I come around the front looking for him. And I come up to my front of my house. And he inside my house too. Now, how do you guys keep coming in my house when I'm not in the house? How could you come in my house if I don't tell you to come in? So he tells me, number one, there's a $50 charge for to come out because every time that truck. Now, I told him when he came to my door at first, I said, "I'm recording this. I'm videotaping this conversation because the last tech was here charged me $50 when I wasn't supposed to get charged." So he told me, "Oh, anytime the truck roll out, there's a $50 charge. No matter what happens. If the truck leaves the place, if it roll out, there's automatically a $50 charge." I said, "I'm not paying no $50. "Oh, well, it's automatic. You have to pay the $50 charge." So now, after he told me the service working, my service working fine too, that there's no problem. I said, "Not told the technician when I talked to him the other day on the phone, don't send me another person out here to just look at this box and say the service is fine." I said, "You better send me an expert, somebody that know what they're doing." So, but he did the same thing nothing did. So he said he was leaving because everything looked fine. And I called him. I called why he was here. I said, "Number one, why is my services still not working? And this tech here says everything is fine, just like the other ones. I told you in the front, don't send me another tech if he's going to do the same thing the other one did. And why have another one come in my house as soon as I'm somewhere else? They come in my house where I can't see what they're doing." "Oh, well, that ain't supposed to happen. And we didn't." I said, "But it seems to be a pattern. This the second tech that came in my house without me knowing or saying come in or knowing he was in there." So, she asked me to give him the phone. I don't know what they were saying, but they were saying something really, really suspicious because uh, he was kind of looking at strange. But you know what? I have this call recording on my phone, call recorder, and every time I make a call or get a call, it's recording automatically. And see, I think they realized that while he was talking to her on the phone, that their conversation had been recorded that they had. So, now number one, he told me when I told her that he said there was going to be a $50 charge. He told me he didn't say that. He told her he didn't say that. I say, and you know I was videotaping you when you came to the door. Are you going to tell her that you didn't tell me there was going to be a $50 charge? And you knew I videotaped you as soon as I opened that door? And you're going to tell that lie? I didn't say that. He tried to explain to make it look like he said something else about the $50. But I already have that lie on tape. But he left here. And I didn't think about it right away. I was going to go and see what they were talking about on my recordings. So I had synced it. Now, what happened was I went and looked at the recording and it was scrambled. There was you can hear it audible, but you can't understand a word it's saying. It was scrambled. So sometimes when they go on my phone and do things now, if I don't save it immediately, where it goes to Google and is in the air, they can kind of play with it. But if I go to Google and save it to Google right away, even if they take the sound off my phone, which they do where you can't hear it, something like that. But if I go and sync it, I can get the original recording back to my phone. So I synced it to my other phone, praying that the whole conversation was there. But when I synced it on the other phone, it's inedible too. So now they've erased it. Both of my phones have the same that conversation been tampered with on both phones. So I call them and ask them, how is that possible where I record a conversation with you guys with your tech and your customer service, and that conversation has been deleted and erased from both of my devices? The first guy said he didn't know. He didn't the first take out. He said he don't know what's going on, why that happened, what's going on with that. But I asked to speak to a supervisor because number one, I asked him to give me their number two, their security department, who's supposed to be dealing with hacking, and he said they don't have a security department. Now all of us know that's a lie. We know all them companies, AT&T, Comcast, all of them, booths have a security department. But every one of them has told me they don't do anything about hacking. They do not have a security department. I had AT&T security department in the past. They gave me the number, and that security department would transfer me back over to supposed to be a higher level tech. But then after a while, since I didn't have that number anymore, they did not provide me with that number again. Then they told me they didn't have a security department. Now, I talked to their security department, Comcast security department, last month. They were supposed to accelerate this thing that I was supposed to say about the hacking. They asked me for evidence, and I emailed it to them, and I haven't heard from them either. There's supposed to be an escalation. All of them using the same big word now. Comcast, Boost, AT&T, Walgreens, everybody I call say, well, Miss Jones, we're going to put it in escalation. Never hear from them. Never hear from them. So I don't know what the hell escalation is. Escalation, like I said, probably means don't call back. But he said he's going to put it in escalation because he didn't have no security department. So I told him, I said, no, I don't want to hear nothing about no escalation, not again. So he let me talk to a manager because he said they didn't have any numbers for. He said he can transfer me, but he can't give me a number. They can only transfer you, but they have no numbers where you can call these places or security on your own. You know, you can't reach out and call themselves. You can only talk to them, and they can only transfer you. They can't give you any numbers to any departments, or they don't see department numbers. They just have to transfer you. So I asked him, why? How can you transfer me to something that you don't have a number to? Well, at any rate, the supervisor he put it in escalation to came and talked to me and said that there was something wrong with my devices. That they don't know why this one number, out of all the numbers I got in my recording, why this one number, this one conversation was deleted. So I'm trying to check my minutes because I don't want to go over to 15 because they kind of crazy at AT&T. I mean, not AT&T at all. YouTube and Google. But as I said, that the number was erased, and he told me it was my devices. Now I told him, I said, my devices are made by two different companies. So how could both of my devices have the same defect at the same time with one number, one recording that has been erased from both devices? I don't know how to upload these conversations I have, so I just had to talk about them. But Google is another. Since I've been making these videos and putting them up on YouTube, Google has been making my recordings, my videos, and my pictures disappear off of my uh, site. If I go and put in my photos and videos, all of them have a lot of them are missing uh, detail. Or they're black. So it has to be Google, because Google is supposed to be the only one who has access to our Google accounts and who can go on there and manipulate any of our information or data. So I'm going to call Google today and find out how is my videos and pictures disappearing off of my Google account. With that, I'm going to let it go. Now I'm going to make the video about the vinegar like I'm supposed to. But I got to cut this off because, again, I don't want to go over the 15 minutes. I love you guys. I know I ramble, but I just have to tell you what's on my mind about what's